Alright, here we are for round number 4. We're 0-3 after losing a heartbreaker to the Slivers deck. We are on the draw yet again. I believe this is all of the rounds on the draw. Playing against Bosso888. I'm going to keep this. I don't know what Bosso plays. We've got one of our combo pieces, a fog, some ramp, or removal spell. Seems fine. Nothing spectacular about this draw or anything like that. My opponent kept a 6-card hand and put the card on top. Alright, Affinity. I assume this matchup is unwinnable. We are just going to lose to a fling. But it's hard to know until we play it a little more. My guess would be we're just going to lose to an ATOG fling because our deck is incredibly slow. Alright, Prophetic Prism. Our opponent off to a slow start as well. Gonna get that tap land out of my hand and pass the turn. So if my opponent plays an ATOG or something, or if they play any big creatures, I'll probably Rend Flesh them. Otherwise, I'm gonna Kodama's Reach. If they only play 1 4/4, I might Kodama's Reach instead of rending its flesh. If they play 2, I would have considered, I think, killing one of them. Let's get our mana online. We'll eat 4 to get our mana online. I need to get a Swamp into play for Roby's Whisper if I draw it. Don't want to make that mistake again. Even though we were way ahead in that game and it didn't matter that I messed it up. Still, I don't usually make mistakes like that, but this deck has some weird, just has some weird UI stuff with the Death Denied, splicing stuff. Like if I click 6 creatures, it doesn't tell me what X is anymore, and I have to remember, and I have to count up 8 mana. I can't just tap until I have 8. It'll let me over tap, and then it'll get confused, and I'll have to cancel the whole thing because I can't undo it. It's incredibly dumb. And you have to target exactly X, so it's not even like it's up to X or anything weird like that. Like you have to target exactly as many as there are. So I don't know what the big I don't know why it is the way it is, but I'm just gonna Rend Flesh this now. I don't want to give him a chance to fling him or do whatever. Don't want to give my opponent any more options than I have to. So we're dead this turn to an ATOG plus fling. So I wouldn't be surprised if that happened. But it hasn't happened yet. In the sideboard we have the Caustic Caterpillars, so we can take out some of their artifacts, and I actually might bring in these Choking Sands as well and take out some of their lands. Yeah, it looks like we may very well be dead here. I don't think I would bring in any of this other stuff. Yeah, like I said, we're dead. Not gonna concede. I'm gonna make my opponent show me the fling, but I'm pretty confident they have it. I mean, maybe I shouldn't have cast Rend Flesh and could have held something up, but there's nothing that we could even have that would be believable. Because if I didn't kill the... I guess I could Pulse of Marasa here if I had the mana up. So maybe that would be something they'd be afraid of, but no one's ever afraid of anything in Pauper. Actually, it wouldn't have even been enough because they could have attacked me for 5 and then ATOG flinged me and then I would have still died. I would have still died even with Pulse of Marasa, so didn't matter. Bringing in the Caustic Caterpillars, and I almost have to bring in like Waking Nightmare, I guess. I can't really, I don't think I can bring in anything more. Not gonna have time for Scrounger. Gonna cut one Hanakami, it's really slow. Let's see. I don't know. Our deck's just too slow, I think, for Affinity. I don't know what we're supposed to do against them. I make kind of some cuts like across the board, just a couple of different things that are, yeah, that aren't the same. I do still want to try this Thorn. I think it's the only way we can win is to get kind of lucky with Thorn, so We'll try that. No land, got a mulligan. Alright, a couple fogs. I don't know. That could be good against certain draws for my opponent. Sorry about that. I'm going to keep this one. Do not want that. Although my Roby's Whisper doesn't work right now. Alrighty. Flayer Husk right out the gate. Making an Edicts we might have bad. Luckily for me, I don't have any Edicts in this deck, so don't care about the Germ very much. Germ's only important if they have a Springleaf Drum, otherwise it's pretty unimportant card, but it does count for some affinity, so it could be important to my opponent. They have some Frogmites and stuff. So yeah, I just don't know how we can possibly beat this deck. Like, I don't know what our draw is supposed to look like that can like recover from an Atog Fling. I mean, this has got to be it, right? Like, I play out the Stinkweed Imp, and they like hopefully trade with my Stinkweed Imp, and then I keep sacrificing it. I can't even cast a Death Knight, so I can't even dredge this actually. Never mind. Or I can't really afford to dredge it, since I can't get anything back with this anyway. All right. I assume my opponent brought in any relics that they might have had, simply because it's too easy to bring them in against a black-green deck. I am still going to dredge it. They only have one threat right now that is a decent attacker, so I guess it's a problem if they Galvanic Blasted again. I won't be able to dredge this time because I'll have to play some Moments pieces. Yeah. So hopefully I draw some lands from here on out. I'd have actually loved to have drawn most of the stuff I dredged right there. Well, that's a terrible draw, even though they have 2 cards. If I had one more land, it would have been actually great to get their last 2 cards and then Moments piece, but my opponent just has lethal here, so I need to fog for every turn, pretty much. I could have played a brown scale and hoped that that was good enough. All right. Still dead to Atog Fling. All right, well, it's a land. Not a great land, because if I just draw an untapped land, I could have cast Waking Nightmare on them. I suspect they have just lands and maybe a fling. So I do have a number of turns of Moments pieces left. But yeah, like I said, the big problem is my opponent has probably 15 more turns. Oops. That wasn't supposed to be first, but it's okay. So, dead to a Dispel. Let's see if they have one. Looks like they don't. So I got 2 fogs in my graveyard. Can't dredge. Another Secure Tribe Elder. So what am I hoping to draw here? I guess a Roby's Whisper would be okay. I could Waking Nightmare, take their 2 last cards, and I could take their 2 last cards, And then I could also still have my Moments piece up, and I could kill this Gear Seeker. Don't know which of those they were sandbagging. Maybe they didn't have double blue for this before. I don't really pay attention. Alright, this actually isn't lethal. But I don't want to die to Fling or... Don't want to die to Fling, and I don't want to die to Galvanic Blast, so... I'm not just going to go to 1 here. Although maybe I need to do that. I kind of suspect their last card is a Fling. Grab a Swamp, F6. Can't really dredge the Stinkweed Imp. I need to draw something better than a Stinkweed Imp. Did not draw something better than a Stinkweed Imp. Well, I'm going to take that last card out of their hand. See what it is. Maybe they'll fling this Gear Seeker at me. Oh, is it Journey to Nowhere? That card does nothing. Okay, upkeep, I'm in a Moments piece. Before they get a chance to draw anything. Alright, might as well dredge the Stinkweed Imp, I think, because then I could hit a Spore Frog, I guess. I hit a Spore Frog and a Moments piece, so... I can Death Denied for 3 creatures. So I can grab a Spore Frog, Secure Tribe Elder, and I guess a Thorn. Okay. I don't know, maybe we're getting there. Return the corner. Okay, get down that Spore Frog. So, let's pop that guy now so I can have 6. So next turn I can play the Secure Tribe Elder and flashback the Moments piece. Getting pretty close to my opponent just being able to fling the Gear Seeker. Okay, there's the ATOG. A little risky of my opponent to just run it out there. But I suppose it doesn't really matter. Okay, we've got a Caterpillar. Doesn't do a lot yet. So I need to hold up 3 for my Moments piece no matter what. It means I can't Thorn because I didn't draw a land. So I think I just Caterpillar and Secure Tribe Elder. All right. What you got, opponent? I'm not going to Moments piece in their upkeep. If they do the wrong thing, I'll be able to survive the attack. Man, this is a mana-based deck in Respect. Look at all these lands. Paying costs. Making the Gear Seeker unblockable, sure. This is not enough. So this is why I didn't fog in the upkeep, because it gave my opponent a chance to just mess up like this. So, I mean, I'm going to go to 4, but it is what it is. And I can just kill this guy too. So I'm going to go ahead and get another green, I think. I don't think it'll matter which thing I get. Yeah, so since my opponent messed that one up, now I can fog on their next turn after I play my Thorn. cool. Now I will do it in their upkeep. I mean, we're sort of getting there. I'm dead to like anything at this point, though. I need to eventually get a brown scale into my graveyard so I can gain 2 life to at least get out of Galvanic Blast range. So playing around Dispel there. Let's see if I'm dead. Am I dead? Yes, no. Okay, it looks like no. I'm gonna play out this frog. Then I will Death Denied back both my frogs and, I don't know, some other stuff. Maybe some Caustic Caterpillars. So what am I don't know. I'm dead to like everything. Probably should have attacked there, honestly. Get in 1 damage. Okay, I drew a Caterpillar. So 1, 2, thought cast. That's bad. That's a bad sign for us. Another thought cast, also a bad sign for us. Another ATOG is not that bad. So we haven't gotten any Hanakamis yet. See if my opponent bothers to attack with 2 things. Or 3 things, I mean. As I say, that's a questionable attack, because they don't have to actually... Like, they have to sacrifice stuff to the ATOG to make it lethal, so... Just do that with the Spore Frog. Alright. This is going to be a tough one to come back from, but... it's maybe possible. I have to eventually be able to get rid of all my opponent's cards in hand and kill both these ATOGs and get above 6. Actually, I need to get up to 8. Yeah, not blocking. Maybe I should have blocked the ATOG and see if they messed up. So I can get back 5 creatures with my Death Denied. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So hopefully I still am able to have extra cards in my hand at the end of the turn. I get to discard this brown scale. So I have to play a frog. Then I'm going to play Secure Tribe Elder. Could cut off all their red sources. These Caterpillars. I really want to get out of Galvanic Blast range though, so I'm going to discard this brown scale. I guess I might as well attack. That's what I was saying before. Last turn I should have attacked. See if my opponent gets down to 1, and then I can't kill him. Alright, we got him. Drew a land. Get to discard the brown scale. Oh, I could have played 1 more card. I forgot. Shoot. Just discard this other Tribe Elder, I guess. That was a pretty big mistake. I could have just had this Caustic Caterpillar on the field or a Stinkweed Imp. This will make it a lot easier for me to, or a lot harder for me to cut off all of my opponent's red mana, which is what I was hoping to do with these Caterpillars. Okay, well they don't have a burn spell this turn. So we'll see what happens. I should have the Secure Tribe Elder still in my hand. So we'll see how that impacts the game going forward. And I should have a Caustic Caterpillar in play. I think I would have maybe been popping a Flare Husk with it. They don't really have any artifacts that I care about at this point. Maybe I should be going after lands. Who knows? My opponent's taking a pretty long time to kind of make their decisions. They just need to attack with 3 things. Yeah, I mean, I might as well sack the Spore Frog. And sack my Tribe Elder. I'll get another Swamp, I guess. Decide if I'm willing to use my Death Denied yet, and I'm not. Although if they had tried to burn me there, I could have Death Denied back my Brown Scale. Okay, okay. Not bad. We got the Rend Flesh. We got the Hanakami, which is the important part. Might just get there. So this turn I'm going to play a couple Caterpillars and a Spore Frog. I'm still dead to Fling for at least this turn. But not too many more turns after this one. Okay. So this gives me plenty of like Death Denied mana. I don't need to get that many things back with it. I just need to get the Hanakami and both my Spore Frogs. And I'll probably get back a Secure Tribe Elder, but it's not that important. Thorn getting in there. Cool. We're getting guys off the board, that's for sure. Prophetic Prism, okay. Still not a Fling. So if they never draw a Fling, I can still win. 3 attackers. Actually just not enough, but I'm still gonna fog. Still gonna fog here. Looks like my opponent drew Fling this turn. Which is a shame. We are getting almost to the point where I could have killed both these Atogs. They couldn't have flung me to death, but yeah, I'm dead. I don't have a... This is actually a little risky, but I don't have any Brown Scales in my graveyard. Do I? Let's just double check. There's no way for me to get the Brown Scale into my graveyard either. To Death Denied it back. So we're dead. Blunk. Darn, we're 0-4. You know, I've won 2 games so far, so it's not like it's impossible to win games, but Affinity seems like a really bad matchup. Let's move on to round number 5.